Another fantastic grab bag from the BPM Playbook dance banger at number 6. Up from number 9 on my fantasy playlist, Tony Fallar featuring Li Na. I believe that's how you pronounce her name, a Chinese pop and opera singer. Boy, she nails it on this record, hitting those high notes. She's the integral part of the hook of this record, that beep, bop, beep, bop. Well, anyway, the song is called To the Top. Number 6 on my fantasy playlist, dance record. April 3rd, 2016. Love to throw those BPMs on my fantasy playlist because you don't hear enough of them on the radio, quite frankly. Although the past 10 years or so, the pop radio stations have loosened up their playlist just a little bit, just a smidgen, to allow in some dance tracks, a few dance tracks here and there. But Tony Fallar in the top 10 of my fantasy playlist, the son of Tony Fallar. His father, a famed disco producer, although did some doo-wop back in the 50s and early 60s, sang some R&B back in the day. His dad, a recording engineer, producer, songwriter, singer. Well, anyway, that he cut base. Bottom line is Tony Fallar came from a musical family, and boy, what a spread of influences. When Tony Fallar was growing up, Fowler, I believe it's Fowler is how you pronounce his name, Falor. Fallar or Fowler? Well, anyway, he grew up listening to, this is a spread. Now, check this out. He was into Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. That's one musical express right there, expressway. And on the other expressway, he was into Benny Goodman and the Ink Spots. The Ink Spots going back to the 30s, 40s, into the early 50s. One of these early sort of the predecessors of the R&B, the doo-wop groups, inducted, the Ink Spots inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1989. Preceded the rock and roll era, but their first hit record, their first big hit record, If I Didn't Care, back in 1939, check out the spoken part in that record. Kind of reminds me a lot of, well, Lou Rawls later on down the line when he did his spoken stuff. He did some speaking in his songs, and of course Barry White when he did the Manhattans. What was that big hit by the Manhattans? Well, I can't remember it right now, but that's not important. But this was Tony Fowler. He was into all of this music growing up. Big fan of Usher as well. His first hit record came out, Can't Be Without You. That was his first single. And then he came out with You're My Fantasy. And he's into kickboxing. Keeps himself fit. Works out in the gym. Gets into kickboxing. And this record, To the Top. This should have gone to the top of the dance charts. Here's the thing. The charm of this record. 4-Leaf Clover, 5 times over. Number 1, it is radio friendly as hell. Infectious dance beat, just pulsating through the melody of this song. If you're looking for a feel-good record, if you're looking for something that'll lift your spirits up, particularly when you're waking up in the morning and you're like, man, I just feel like, you know what? You ever listen to this song with a cup of coffee? Your mood will shoot up probably. Feel a little bit better. Tony Fowler featuring Lana with To the Top at number 6 on my fantasy playlist, April 3rd, 2016.